Hello and welcome to the Jazz Ranch. I'm your alter dominant ego man. You can call me Mr. Ego if you like. Welcome hipsters, flipsters, and finger-popping daddies and ladies. So glad you joined me. You know, the KH, I've been watching him. He's planning on putting a video on Brazilian music tonight. Now, what does he know about Brazilian music? He's a whitey from the north. He's an Anglo-Saxon. He's like an Englishman. He's a Connecticut Yankee. What does he know? Well, I have a fact for you. You know, one of his first gigs he played was in an all-black club, an all-Afro-American club, and he was accepted. Now, you cannot make these stories up. This is the truth. Well, you know, two of the musicians that brought the Brazilians to the United States were Stan Getz and Dizzy Gillespie. And Stan Getz had this quote. I love this quote. He said, "There are four qualities essential to a great jazz man. They are taste, courage, individuality, and irreverence." I love the last one. What he meant by that was a lack of respect for people or things that are generally taken too seriously. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm the alter dominant man, because the cage takes himself too seriously, and I'm sure you do too. And you also have an alter ego. Anyway, oh, here he comes. I got to split. Goodbye. Hello, friends, and I'm sorry about the alter dominant ego man, but he did make a good point, you know. In other words, we take ourselves too seriously, and actually I created him so that I wouldn't take myself so seriously, so I'd have another side of myself. And we all have that, so that's a good thing to try to understand. But anyway, I have something for you from the movie Black Orpheus, which the music was written by Luis Bonfa and Antonio Carlos Jobim. And I'm going to be playing the theme from Black Orpheus for you, and I'm going to be breaking it down into a few categories. First, the performance. Secondly, an embellishment of the melody. And then the next step would be easy improvisation and then more complex improvisation. So I hope you enjoy this. Here we go with the theme from Black Orpheus. Starting out on the melody now, I have this introduction. I have a minor ninth in here, so that's 9, and the third, nice interval, minor second. And then same here. Well, I did it, actually, I harmonized it, but I did it like this. Oh, see. So I harmonized it that way. Now I start in with the rhythm now. Let's see. Now, what you want to get is this rhythm in the left hand. So you want to get... You have to feel that rhythm on the beat. Even eighths, not swing, like isn't like... It's even. It's like, so it's instead of being in 1, it's like 1, So that's just the 1 to the 2 to the 5, like. So it's important that you understand that basic rhythm and you get that happening in your left hand. So that's not easy to do. You want to practice that just in the left hand and then chording in the right hand. You want to use a metronome. You want to do whatever you need to get that steady, like 1, 2, boom. That's off the beat there. You see how that works? That's the basic rhythm that's going on. Just play the tune. You have to have that rhythm. And if you don't get that, then you can't even play the song. You have to get the basic rhythm of the bossa nova. So it's very intricate in the way it... 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. That's very important. Embellishing the melody just means I'm going to little things like that. I'm just going to change the rhythm a little bit, add extra notes in the right hand. Instead of just going there, I'm going to go. It's a harmonic. In other words, little things just to embellish the melody. That's the important thing about step 2. Step 3, now I'm going to not play the melody, but I'm going to play a very simple improvisation, like maybe. Now you have to know what scale you're playing. We're not going to go into this, but the idea is that you're playing melodic ideas here in the right hand that complement the chord and the scale of that chord. Now if I were just to take and analyze the scale of that every chord in this song, this would be like a 50-minute video. I'm not going to do that. I just want to show you the essential thing that you want to... You want to get a melodic sense of the melody and the chords underneath it and what scales you can use with those chords, and then create a new melody that's very simple. Now step 4 is advanced, meaning you need to really understand steps 1, 2, 3 before this. In other words, how to play on a melody, how to embellish it, how to play simply, improvising simply. You have to go through those steps and master them. You know, like melody, and then melody embellished. And then improvisation, simple. And then 4th step would be more complicated improvisation, like. Now you may say, well, how do you do that? Well, a lot of it is by ear, hearing the chords. A lot of it is also by knowing the scales of each chord and the chord progression. So I have covered that in previous videos, so write to me and we'll cover that in detail. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, I will say in the words of my great friend Hermie Dressel, swing loose. And we'll see you next time around. Bye-bye.